Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Marketing Cracked, and today I'm going to be giving you 3 reasons why you should consider blogging for your business. Okay, so welcome back. Today I'm sitting down rather than standing up, but I've got little legs so it doesn't make much of a difference. Anyway, enough about my legs. 3 reasons why you might want to consider blogging. Not going to be right for absolutely every business and absolutely every industry, but it's a really cool, positive thing to do for many, many businesses. And the benefits are, well, for one, you've got 434% of a better chance of your website being ranked highly on search engines if you do blog regularly. And also, according to research, by next year, customers will make 85% of their decision to purchase without actually talking to a human being. So they're basically going to be researching your type of product and service online and not speak to anyone. And a blog is a great way to convince people you know your stuff. So the 3 things. Firstly, SEO, which I've alluded to already, search engine optimization. Google loves fresh content. They like fresh, meaty content. They don't like pages that don't have much content on them. So if you're writing a blog, the minimum should be about 500 words, although if you want to write 1,000, 1,500, probably even better. Now you might think that's like writing War and Peace, but if you've got something interesting to share and you are targeting the right people with your message, then people will read it, no matter how long it is. It's like, oh, my sales letter must only be 1 side of A4. No, if your sales letter is going out to the right people and you have got something interesting to say and it's well written, then write for as long as you want. It's all about the message and the tone and obviously the people who are reading it. So if you want to write 1,000 words, fantastic. So every month perhaps, that's I suppose the minimum frequency you should be looking at, once a month, you're uploading effectively a new page to your website of 500 words, 1,000 words. Google are like, hey, excellent, this person is looking after their website. Because I guess a website is like buying a new car. If you buy a new car, it's going to run super smoothly. But if you start putting inferior fuel into it, if you don't look after it, if you don't get it cleaned regularly, at some point it will start underperforming. And that's exactly the same with a website. You might get it built very well and it's mobile friendly, so great, you're off to a good start. But if you don't look after it, it won't rank as well as it should. So that's a great reason to write a blog. And to be honest, that alone should be enough to convince most people. Now, every time you write a blog, a new URL will be created. So that gives you something that you can then drive people to from social media. So, hey, new blog post sharing my 5 top tips on XYZ, and you paste in the link, and you can obviously put budget behind that if you want to. And social media is obviously a fantastic way of hitting targeted people. That's why even if you're B2B, you should be looking at Facebook advertising and targeting managing directors or solicitors or whoever your target audience is. So that's SEO. The second reason why you might want to consider blogging is engagement. Now, we talk about engagement a lot. It's hooking people in to reading the whole of your story. So yes, it's got to be a relevant person who's reading it, and if you can hook them in early on, it's almost like, I suppose, a newspaper article. The headline is the big sell, and the first paragraph, that should be enough to make people read the whole piece. And so when I say engagement, not only is it hooking the reader, it's got to be sharing something that is going to be a benefit to them. So if your blog is all about buy my stuff, you're missing the point. A good blog is you sharing your expertise free of charge. It's top tips, it's how to, it's the 10 things you might not know about entrepreneurship, something like, oh, okay, that's really good. And people will, I suppose, subconsciously almost be thanking you for sharing your expertise. And then at the end of the article, I suppose, have that call to action. So that would be the sell, I suppose. If you'd like to have further information about what I've been talking about, please click here or call, whatever it might be. And that should probably be a line at the bottom of every blog, because sometimes you do have to spell it out. Listen, if you want to get in touch, please do. And here is how to. And the third thing, which sort of leads on from that, is positioning. You're writing an article based upon your expertise, your knowledge, your years in the industry. So it over time helps create that impression that you know your stuff, that you are an expert in your field, and that's how you want to be viewed. So if you're Pete the plumber, everyone will know you're a plumber. If you're there blogging, sharing your tips about how to look after your pipes in the winter and all that kind of stuff, then it's like, wow, not only is you Pete the plumber, you're like, this guy really knows his stuff about pipes, about the weather, about drains, whatever it might be. And that positioning to be almost, I guess, if you can be famous to a few, if you can be at the top of the hill, it's quite an unassailable position. You want to be seen as the leader first, and then everyone else will always be playing catch up with you. So hopefully that's some good reasons to consider blogging. As I said at the beginning, frequency once a month, that does have to be the minimum commitment. You can't expect to blog every 6 months and have it change your business and get the inquiries flooding in. But what we would say is, like with anything in marketing, either do it or don't do it. There's nothing worse than somebody getting a new website and, yeah, I must have a news page, I must have a blog, I must have an events page. And then someone clicks on the news link and they see that the last time you blogged was a year ago. You've potentially done more harm than good. So make that commitment and have a go. And as ever, if you've got any questions about blogging, you'd like to know where we got our stats from, do drop us a line and we'd be happy to send them to you. hello@codebreak.co.uk. So I'll see you soon for another edition of Marketing Cracked.